Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make the best thumbnail possible in Photoshop CS6. Now, Photoshop is not free. If you go on YouTube, you can find it for free. So today, let's just get right into it. Go to File, go to New, and then what you want to do. Wow, that was awesome. If you do 1280p videos, have the width at 1280, 720, and then have the resolution at 1280. If I'm talking too fast, just go back, because I like to have my tutorial videos like rapid, like bam, have the video shorter. So basically, if you have 1080p videos, change that to 1920 by 1080 and then have that at 1920. Then I usually like to do transparent. You could change the background to white, or you can have a background color of your choosing, but I just like transparent. Then I make sure it's on pixels, not inches or not anything. Just go back to pixels, okay? Then you click OK. It'll load up. Usually if you're doing a gaming video, then you would get like a picture from the game, or if you're like a vlogger, you get a picture from your vlog or whatever. But since this is a tutorial video, I'm gonna do it like a grunge type of background. So you're gonna go to File, go to Place, and then let's go to my random file, because I just have a whole bunch of random stuff there. I like this grunge. So what you want to do, you're gonna want to drag this out like that. Keep the aspect ratio by holding shift and like dragging it. But if you don't want to keep the aspect ratio, then you can just drag it how you want it. So let's just go back. So yes, keep the aspect ratio just a little bit. I think even if you want to, you can bring it down like that if you just want it to fit, which is fine too. So let's bring it like that, and boom. So you just want to go back, like zoom back in. All right. So now that, well, you kind of see that a little bit. I'm just gonna drag it out just a little bit. It had like a white border a little bit. Yeah, just drag it back out, and then you should be set. Now, what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna rasterize that so you can edit that. Add a new layer. Then you want to add text. I cannot talk today. So what you want to do, I usually like to do Kenyan Coffee. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but that font looks amazing. So what I'm gonna do is how to make. I like how big it is. Oh, actually, no, I don't. Let's change that to like 10 maybe. I like how that looks. Change it to 10. I'm gonna have a new font. Let's do, one of my favorites is actually Myanmar. I think that's how you say that. So let's change that to Myanmar, and then do thumbnails, and then just drag it down just a little bit. Don't make it too small, but it doesn't add up like that. You see that? Like how the S is a little over the E. So you're gonna do Control T and bring that S so it shapes up with the other text. And let's zoom in just a little bit. Scroll over, and then I like to line it up just how it is, and then that's perfect. Actually, I'm glad I didn't have to do much work for that. Then you never want to have more than 2 text on your thumbnail. It just looks really out of place, and it looks really bad. So we're just gonna go up, not that. Okay, yeah, we gotta go make a new layer. Why is it still clicking that? All right, so let's go back to Kenyan Coffee. And then let's do how to make thumbnails with Photoshop. I think that's a good title. Wow, I can't type either. Photoshop. And then what you want to do, you just want to, why am I doing a whole bunch of random stuff today? Then you're just going to want to bring that up just a little bit. You see how that kind of adds up with the other one? Zoom in just a little bit. Make sure it's in place. Control T, bring it with the other ones, drag over just a little bit, bring it with that one. I think that's a good shape. Yeah, that's good where it is. Then we're gonna want to zoom out, and if you don't know this, then hold Control, click these, and then it'll select them all, and then you can move them all at one time, so you're not trying to figure out how it goes. So I usually like my text to be a little bigger, so I want to go for it like maybe like that. So now that we got that out the way, let's just move it just a little bit up. Then you want to add a cartoon or a picture, whatever you do. Since this is a thumbnail, I'm just gonna add like a cartoon, but you can add whatever. So let's go ahead and add where's the Photoshop one? Yeah, the Photoshop. I think that's fine with me. Shift T, so you keep the aspect ratio like we talked about. Bring that over a little bit, and I kind of want to turn it a little bit, have that little effect, make it stand out a little more. Let's just move it over, and then bam, you have your picture and then your text. So let's rasterize that so I can edit it. And then you want to bring that down so it's under the text, because I don't like how it's over it. It looks a little sloppy. So let's just bring it under. And now you want to edit your text. So right click it and go to blending options. Why is that over there? It's on my second screen. You want to go to a drop shadow. I usually like to turn the opacity all the way up, and then maybe like go for like a 33. That may be too big, so let's just bring it down just a little bit, but we want to have it enough so we can see it. Go to gradient overlay and bring it down to 10, so that, you know, it's not all that black and it's not all that white. So bring it down to 10. Here's a trick too. If you guys want it sharp, bring this all the way down and then bring the opacity down just a little bit. I kind of like that too. I think we might stick with that. Okay, I kind of like that. Let's do for inner glow and see if it can stand out a little more. So bring the color over here, make it white, and then have it stand out just a little bit, not too much. And I kind of like that. It brings that shine. We got to bring the opacity up just a little bit so you can see the shine a little more. Yeah, I kind of like that. I'm glad I did that. All right, so now if you don't want to repeat that whole process, right click this again and then go to copy layer style, and then I like to paste it on the same text because, you know, it's the same one, so you want to make it stand out. Then let's go to thumbnails, the text thumbnails, and then click blending options, and I want to go for like a gradient overlay with a, let's bring the thing over here. Let's go for a darker green. I usually like green and yellow together, so let's go for like a darker green, and then let's go for a brighter yellow like that, maybe a little bit higher or a little lower. I like that, and I kind of want to make the green just a little darker, not too much. It's gonna drown out the color, but maybe just like that, and I like how that looks. So let's do a drop shadow. Like I said, bring it all the way up. Let's bring that all the way down, go for a 33, and then you put the size up, and it has that nice drop shadow overlay. Let's see if an inner glow looks good, since we're testing out inner glows today. Let's see if it'll pop out. Do I like that? It kind of drowns out the green. Let's zoom out and see how it looks. Oh yeah, it just looks straight up yellow. Yeah, I don't like that too much, so we can just get rid of that inner glow by clicking the eye. So yeah, let's get rid of it. And I like my thumbnail the way it is right now, but we're still not done. You want to add a drop shadow to your picture because it'll make it stand out like a lot more. Let's bring that over so I can see it. Let's do a drop shadow, normal, bring it all the way up, bring that all the way down, 33. And let's bring the size up so you can see it pop out more. See, like from looking from a distance, you can really see the Photoshop and it stands out. So yeah, and what I like to do with my text, I usually like to do this. I like to turn it a little bit, and then it'll make all the things stand out, like all the pictures and stuff like that stand out. So let's make that just a little bigger, not too much, but just a little bit. And I like that. Let's move it up. And I like the way that looks. Now, you can finish it off like that, or you can have your text straight, but I like that. It gives like a little personality to the picture. Actually, I kind of want to make it no, not that. I want to make everything a little smaller because I just zoomed out and it kind of looked outrageous. So let's just move it back down. And then what you can do, I usually like to do this now, like add borders. So what you want to do, hold Control J, or you can just right click and then duplicate the layer. The Control J is like 10 times faster. What you want to do, go over to the box thing, and let's zoom in a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. And then to add that border, you just drag it all the way over, and I kind of like that, and let's just delete it, right? Nothing has changed. You don't see it, you don't really see a difference. So now you make a new layer, bring that layer right in the middle of those two, and then make it black or whatever color, but me personally, black looks better. And then let's bring the opacity down so you have that border, and let's bring it up just a little bit because it's barely hard, it's like really hard to see right now. Then you want to go to this one, go to blending options, and let's bring the drop shadow up, bring the distance down, let's do 33, and that may be a little too big, but that's what you want, kind of. Bring it all the way like that, you know, whatever size, you know, whatever you like. And then I like to bring the opacity down a little bit because that looks a little too dark, so maybe like that. Let's bring it up just a little bit. And now we're gonna add some color to the border because, you know, if you just zoom out, it looks a little boring, right? It doesn't look all that bright. So what you do, oh, actually I just went to the wrong one. Go to image, go to adjustments, go to brightness and contrast, and bring the brightness up so that, you know, the border will stand out and stuff like that. Let's see how high we can bring that, kind of like that. And then maybe bring the saturation up if you want to, and then you can just do it like that, maybe. And I kind of want to make the layer just a little darker since we just made that brighter. And yeah, that is how I make my thumbnails. If this video helped you guys, let me know, and I'll probably make more tutorials in the future. So I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.